Hello everyone, long time no see. Welcome to my channel. It is now 2024, so happy new year. I know I'm very late. It's already like mid-January and haven't been posting. I have been very unproductive with a lot of stuff, and I will talk a bit about that in this video, but I thought I will talk about last year 2023 and just talk about the good, the bad, and maybe the ugly. Also just talk about this year, what my plans are for this year. Also I have a lot of things that I need to do today, like clean the house. So yeah, I'm gonna try and multitask. I don't know how well that's gonna go. As you can see, I have a fringe. Some of you may call it bangs, and it's already growing out because it's been like a month already. So the house is a mess. Honestly, my mental health hasn't been that great recently. As you know, before I was seeing a therapist, and I'm back to seeing a therapist again. So 2023, obviously in Hong Kong, the restrictions were lifted. And as you know, I didn't get vaccinated at all due to like personal and health reasons. Anyhow, because of that, I lost my job in 2022. And then I decided that in 2023, if modeling isn't great, then I'm going to start teaching again. I feel like for everyone in Hong Kong, we were all suffering from like mental health problems. It's not really something that's talked about here, which I wish it was, but it really isn't. And I think a lot of people hide how they're feeling. And the beginning of the year, I started to get a lot of modeling jobs, and I thought, oh wow, this is great. I could continue doing modeling and then I don't have to look for any teaching kind of job. I was getting enough income to survive, and yeah, I just had this confidence that it will continue being like this for the rest of 2023. Me and Kurt, we obviously had like a lot of other things planned. Like I turned 30. One thing I really wanted was to move out, and then we moved into this place. Wanted a dog. In June we got my puppy. When we moved into this place, we also planned to go to Japan. That was Kurt's first time, and that was really fun. Yeah, the modeling jobs was consistent. Like obviously it wasn't every week, but I would get a job like at least once or twice a month, and that was enough to cover my rent and cover my like daily needs. And I was also able to like save from it, so everything was going really well. But then suddenly, after getting tissue, even though he was the highlight of 2023, somehow I just stopped getting jobs. I know there's like seasons with models, there's like peak seasons. I just thought like, oh, you know what, maybe just the economy isn't doing that well, so maybe everyone is just going through what I'm going through, and it's probably just gonna last like 2 or 3 months. So I thought it's not a big deal, I'll just enjoy my summer and I won't be looking for like a alternative. Well, I knew that having a dog would be expensive because you have to take it to the vet a lot of the times and get like pet insurance, and tissue was kind of sick in the beginning, so I spent a lot of money on tissue. But I was hopeful that I was gonna get jobs to cover all their expenses. Planned to go to Istanbul for my friend's wedding. You know about that trip. That was like good and bad. Obviously I really enjoyed going to my friend's wedding, but everything other than that is like I wouldn't visit Istanbul again. But anyhow, I did have a few jobs lined up. Like a few production companies had contacted me and said that please, like, you know, keep this date because you have a job, and I thought everything was confirmed. And then suddenly when I came back from Istanbul, everything was cancelled. So yeah, this was in September. I was supposed to have jobs in October, and then so I was thinking, wait, I haven't had income since June, and October was supposed to cover all the income that I missed out since June. So I ended up panicking because I was getting cancelled from a lot of jobs and I didn't know why. But then I could see other friends like who are models, they were getting jobs, so I really just didn't understand what was happening. And then my self-esteem went low again. I was thinking like, oh, am I too old for this? Is there something that I'm not doing right? I just started to think really negatively, as I do. The only good thing about September is that my diet finished. I was doing a really intense diet with my nutritionist to fix my gut, and it worked. I was planning to do a video with my nutritionist about my health, and we haven't done that yet. But yeah, she helped me for around 6 months, and then finally I feel like I've recovered. So then obviously, because I could eat a lot of stuff, I'm able to eat cheaper. Before, I had to order a lot of supplements from iHerb, and I had to eat gluten-free things, and those kind of products are very expensive to buy in Hong Kong because everything is imported. But yeah, I just held back on looking for a kindergarten job, which I kind of regret now, because obviously there's specific times when they hire, and when school has already started, they're not really going to be looking for teachers because they've already got teachers. I should have applied in the summer, but I remained like hopeful that I was going to get modeling jobs. Then suddenly in, I think it was either the end of October or sometime in November, my granddad in Japan passed away, which was obviously sad because I'm very close to my grandparents in Japan. I couldn't actually fly over for the cremation, but I was obviously planning to go because I really did want to see my relatives and my grandma. So I was planning to go in November, but was also trying to look for a kindergarten job. So yeah, in November I applied to several schools. There weren't many options, and then I had one interview, which was a complete waste of my time because advertising was basically like fake. They said they needed a part-timer Monday to Friday, and then when I went to the interview they were like, oh sorry, this is just for a Saturday position. And I desperately need money to pay for rent and, you know, pay for tissue and pay for other expenses, as well as I want to save money. So that wasn't going to do it. Like, I can't just work on a Saturday. Oh no, tissue. I just had to cut off the camera because tissue had diarrhea. And then yeah, because I'm broke, I pretty much spent a lot of my money on Kurt's birthday, which was in November. So I told him that I didn't really want to do anything special for Christmas. So we had a very simple Christmas. We cooked at home, cooked Christmas dinner in our air fryer. We had some presents for tissue. And yeah, just for me, being unemployed, not getting any modeling jobs and not getting any kindergarten jobs, it just made me really anxious again and really stressed about life, because I'm someone who has been independent since I was 18, and I really relied on jobs to keep me alive and just survive, you know. So then me just not having any job, it really just put me in a very negative mindset. I just remembered that I was talking about YouTube. My mind is scattered. As you know, I don't post weekly, and when I do post weekly and the video becomes quite popular, like my apartment haul videos, then I'll get income from YouTube. But if I don't post weekly and maybe I just post one video a month, I will not get any money. I barely take sponsorships. I'm very picky and selective. I don't want to promote something that I don't think I will use. I'm also trying my best not to take free sponsorships because I do need money. And you know, like, creating content, it takes a lot of my time, so I don't want to be doing things for free. Before, when I was with a modeling agency, I wasn't actually allowed to take any paid sponsorships, because that would have to go through my agency and then they would want to take commission. So yeah, because of that, I just don't really get many sponsorships. But yeah, what I'm trying to say is that if I do get paid from YouTube, which is like the ads, the most I'll make is probably 1.4k Hong Kong dollars, which is probably around 140 pounds. That is something, but it's not enough to cover my food for a month. It's not enough to cover my rent, obviously. It's not enough to cover a lot of stuff. The only thing I can do with that is save it and use it towards buying like YouTube equipment. So I'll probably make between 1,000 to 1,400 every 3 months or every 4 months from YouTube. So yeah, there's just a lot of pros and cons to all of this stuff, and I've been thinking and thinking and thinking. So just to like round up 2023, the beginning was great, my holidays were good, and getting tissue was amazing, but also just 6 months of unemployment really just hit me and stopped me from doing a lot of things that I enjoy, like hanging out with friends, improving my life. So now it's 2024 and the year didn't begin very well. Just me and Kurt have a lot of stuff that we need to sort out. I'm not going into detail because it is like personal matters. Also, I've applied for jobs this month. Oh, and another thing, I just recovered from the flu. So that's another reason why I've just been feeling kind of crappy. I was sick for like a week. It wasn't as bad as I thought it would be though. So this year, I'm not going to set any like heavy, unrealistic goals, because you just never know what's going to happen. Plans change all the time. So I'm not going to promise anything to myself or to you. And I'm really thinking of changing up the way I do YouTube, because obviously I know what videos do well and what videos doesn't, and I know this kind of video doesn't really do well. Like, not many people engage, not many people watch it, compared to like apartment tours and when me and Kurt are like filming language videos and those kind of stuff. Yeah, I haven't been as creative as I want to be. The first thing I'm gonna do, believe me, is buy a camera as soon as I get money. I am gonna get my, I think it's around 6k. I'm gonna get my 6k camera, and yeah, I'm just gonna sort things out because this is getting ridiculous. I really don't want to be this kind of person where I'm procrastinating and feeling like less ambitious, and I don't really feel like myself anymore, and I clearly don't know how to wash up and talk to you guys at the same time, because I've been standing here for like 20 minutes. So yeah, my overall point for this video is that sometimes people's life can look really good. Like on my Instagram, for example, I don't really post anything negative at all, but I think everyone goes through bad stuff. Some people just decide not to show it. I'm one of those type of people who want to be real and tell people when I am struggling or when I am having a hard time, because then I just can't be myself. Yeah, even though I don't want to make things so negative all the time, I want to tell people that it's also okay to do that. Tell myself that it is okay to not be positive and okay all the time. So yeah, thanks for watching, and I hope you were able to hear me through the camera mic. See you later. Bye.